What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I got a quick one for you today. Just some updates on signings that the Dolphins have done. And real quick before I get into this, let me just say my thoughts are, after the first day of the tampering period, I thought what they had done was pretty solid. I like bringing back Mike Gesicki, right? Nick Needham. I like getting Emmanuel Ogbah signed up. I liked some of those early signings that they did. I actually think the Cedric Wilson signing's probably pretty solid. I do like the Chase Edmonds signing. Connor Williams is a decent signing as well. But unfortunately, I'm actually starting to not like overall. It's gone downhill ever since that first day of the tampering period so far, since the days have progressed. I'm less excited about it now as it's developed than I was initially, which is a little disappointing. I mean, we'll still see how things play out, but there are some bits to add to that. So they do end up bringing in, let me go ahead and pop over. They do end up bringing in Raheem Mostert. There's been talk if they were going to reunite him with Mike McDaniel, and looks like they are. So former 49ers running back Raheem Mostert agrees to a one-year deal, $3.1 million with the Dolphins. So I mean, I don't mind that. I still want them to draft a guy, and I would like to see them get one of those top running backs, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, or Isaiah Spiller. I prefer Breece Hall as my number one, and I think honestly that's probably my it'd be Hall, Walker, and then Spiller as far as if I had to rank them. But I would still like to see them do that. And they haven't signed Duke Johnson or Phillip Lindsay back, so those guys are still technically free agents. If they don't sign those two guys and they go in with Raheem Mostert and Chase Edmonds as their guys, and if Duke Johnson and Phillip Lindsay aren't here, and depending on what happens, if they replace Phillip Lindsay and Duke Johnson with Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert, and then if we don't get one of those running backs in the draft, then I'll be a little bit disappointed overall with how the running back room turned out. We'll still have to wait and see. When it comes to, they did add another wide receiver, another 49ers player though, Trent Sherfield to a one-year deal. Let's see, signing to a one-year deal. He's 26, undrafted free agent out of Vanderbilt in 2018 with the Cardinals. Then joined the Niners in 2021. I mean, he hasn't done much, as you can see here. So, it's a one-year contract. I don't know. Cedric Wilson's cool. I mean, this is probably not much of anything, this guy. They lost Matt Collins to the Raiders, so that's a bit disappointing as well. So as of right now, running backs and wide receivers, I'm a little, I'm kind of on the fence right now. There's still, to be fair, there's still a lot of things that have to play out. The rest of free agency, the draft, and so on and so forth. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But as of right now, I'm not super excited about the running backs or the wide receivers. I would have loved to have seen, especially because, I would have kept Matt Collins over Preston Williams, over this new Trent Sherfield guy that we have, that they brought in. Right, and so far in the offensive line department, Connor Williams is a solid signing, but I mean, they have not really even come close. And then when you look at some of these other tweets, some of these tweets from Barry Jackson, even though Dolphins and Lyle Collins' camp have been in contact, I'm told the Bengals have been more aggressive, and since he is where he's visiting, sigh. He did just get released today too, so there are no trades going to be happening for him. He is officially a free agent. And then he also added, Barry Jackson, clear from Gria's comments in Indy to the beat guys there that the Dolphins believe they've drafted talented linemen high in the draft last 3 years and that they simply need to play better. We'll see if coaching can extract more. Look, I like this coaching staff. I think that it's a giant upgrade, but that's a massive mistake, bro. If they're going to go into this and if they weren't aggressive enough to get Terron Armstead, Trent Brown, Ryan Jensen, all of these top free agents. I mean, bringing in Lyle Collins, if they were to do that, that would improve my perspective of it, but it still wouldn't be adequate enough, especially because Lyle Collins does come with some pretty, significant concerns on and off the field. So right now, look, day one of the tampering period, I felt really good after day one. The things that they had done, and accomplished. They also re-signed Brennan Scarlett. I mean, who cares about that? Like, I don't know, bro. Look, after the first day of the tampering period, I felt pretty good about it. But as things have progressed, I'm not all that excited about it. We'll see how things continue to play out, but they didn't address the most important, certainly not even close to adequately enough, especially because we don't need to be drafting. First of all, we don't need to be going into the draft with that still remaining our top need. Second, we don't need to draft more young linemen. We have a bunch of those guys. What we need is that veteran proven leadership and to solidify those tackle spots in the center position, and then right guard is good with Robert Hunt, and you could let those young offensive linemen battle it out for the second. But they're not. Most of those guys are not good. Dieter hasn't proven to be good yet. Jackson hasn't proven to be good yet. Kinley hasn't proven to be good yet. Eichenberg hasn't proven to be good yet. I mean, and in fact, some of those guys have proven to be pretty bad so far, right? Like, so it's not acceptable to just be like, oh, we're going to go with those guys and that's it. Like, that is not, so they have not taken care of. And look, I know we're only, officially 1 day into free agency, but there's really not many options left for the offensive line. And if Lyle Collins doesn't come here and Connor Williams is the only thing that we did in free agency for the offensive line, that's not good enough. The running back room right now, still not good enough. The wide receiver, still not good enough. So I do have some concerns right now, but again, there's still a lot of process to play out. So, and like I said, but this is part of why I say I was cautiously optimistic, because they still got to put it all together. I'm encouraged by Mike McDaniel. I'm encouraged by the offensive coaching staff. I'm encouraged with Pat Surtain and Sam Madison being in here. There are things that I'm encouraged about. Some of the signings, bringing a couple of these guys back, right? The Nick Needhams, Emmanuel Ogba's, and Mike Gesicki's, right, of the world. Like, glad they brought them back. But I still would have done things differently. Honestly, I would have, instead of these other running backs, I would have just signed Duke Johnson and Phillip Lindsay, take care of some guys in-house that you already have here. You don't need to go pulling from other places. They're going to be cheap guys. I would have done everything that I could to fucking sign these offensive linemen in free agency. Like, I don't care how much it would have cost. Anyway, like, I don't know. We'll see. There's still a lot to play out. All right, before I continue going back in circles about telling you how I started off, feeling pretty good, and now I'm a little disappointed and whatever, we'll just leave it on the we'll see note. And there is still room for optimism, and I am going to wrap this up by letting you know about the Rave On Sports App, the new fan-driven sports app for all of your sports, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, college, whatever you like, they got it, and they are looking to enhance your game day experience with live play-by-play coverage, live chats with other fans and content creators like myself, while also providing you with an arena to dispute the terrible officiating. So make sure you look for the links to that in the description box. And with that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you guys appreciate my perspective. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. Of course, as always, follow me on Twitter at DillonTartaro, as well as on Instagram at Dolphins_with_Dillon. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.
Miami wins it.